give the audience the definition of what a medium is? Because like I said, there's differences between channelers and mediums and psychics. What are the differences?
A medium is someone who shows the continuity of consciousness, shows that the death of the body is not the death of the soul, by bringing forth information about loved ones who have passed that they couldn't know and delivering accurate, meaningful, relevant messages. So we connect with those who have passed, family members and friends. That is also a form of channeling when the blending is so clear that we speak just firsthand for those across the veil. But channeling also involves connecting with higher beings beyond those who were in a physical body. To me, it comes with evidence. I won't do this work unless it comes with verifiable details and no other explanation, synchronicities, that this is a very real connection.
And then, versus like what a psychic does is, what is this? Just so a definition of it.
Psychic is attuning with information at this level of consciousness, tuning into information of other people still in a body. So psychic work is not necessarily reading the future, although it can be. So it's reading the energy field and the patterns of other human beings still in a body.
When I've had the pleasure of talking to a lot of spiritual masters and a lot of channelers and people of that magnitude. And there is a piece that comes along with that knowledge that this is not the end. There's just too much proof out there, too much evidence out there, in my opinion, that this is the end. It would be a really waste of time and space if this is the end of the
That's right.
In my opinion, I think it would.
I'm grateful for people like you who do these programs who can reach more and more people and not so much share the truth, but allow people to follow their hearts and know what the soul is already trying to get through to your logical mind, saying you can trust this.
Right, exactly. And I've had my own experiences. I think everyone's had an experience or one or the other when a relative dies or a loved one dies, either by tragic circumstances or by just nature, natural end of the line life cycle, where you hear these stories of like, oh, well, grandma was on my bed and right after, we didn't know she died and she came to visit us before she went. And I've heard these stories growing up all my life, like of my relatives and this and that. I told the story once on the show. I'll tell it to you. My aunt died probably, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. And we were close. I loved her to death. She was, really good, but I hadn't seen her. I saw her like 3-4 months prior. The day she died, a week later, I'm searching through my archives because I'm doing a project in the film business. I was doing some stuff, and I put a tape in, a VHS tape, looking for something I was looking for, and this video showed up, and it was her. And I had forgotten this video existed. I shot it when I was a teenager, and I showed my parents, I showed my relatives, and everyone was like, oh my God. The timing was so awkward. I'm like, you can't. Are you kidding?
These types of things happen all the time once you really align with this journey and who we are. Those in the spirit world bend over backwards to show us we're part of one big web that connects all the dimensions.
Well, let me ask you that about, I think that there's so much strife going on in the world today, and that could be said by many times in history, but in the one we're currently in, there's some crazy stuff happening, and the world seems to me, and I'd love to hear your opinion, seems to be going through a shift, whether it's political, economic, environmental. We're on the brink of a possible World War III. There's so many, the pandemic. I mean, there's so many things shifting the world completely, and it seems like it's something that we're all experiencing. It's not a country only here and there, but we are all feeling it. What is your feeling on what is happening now and where we're going? Because I don't personally think that this is the darkest yet. I think we still got a little bit to go more before we're able to come back into the light. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
The veil, they say the veil is getting thinner. What does that mean? It means that more of us are open to the fact that we can expand our consciousness, receive guidance from higher levels, tap into our own soul's insights, And so as we come to know that, we start to question the way we've always lived. We realize we can ask for guidance. The more you sit quietly and tune in within, you start to realize, wait a minute, this external world is not the only world. We truly are all connected. So the shift is we're starting to see that connection. And once you realize this innate connection as awareness itself, the presence of awareness expressing itself as each of us, you come to realize how futile it is to fight with each other. That is not going to happen overnight, but it is a shift. And the younger generation is already coming in more open. The filter of the brain is open to higher consciousness. So people will be making decisions that are more inclusive and see us more unified. In the meantime, all of these challenges are the swinging of the pendulum, and it will come back. But you're right, it goes to extremes, and we see this throughout history. But because we have this higher consciousness more available to more of us now, and the internet to help spread this awareness, we have more of an opportunity to work in cooperation rather than against each other.
To watch the full video, click on the link below, and don't forget to subscribe.